accomplished this year. We won our conference championship in one of the more difficult conferences in college football. We beat the #2 team, Ohio State, in a head-to-head battle, and we overcame early setbacks. And we're fortunate and blessed to be here in the Rose Bowl and play well. What we need to do is play well in this game and end on a real positive note and go into the off season feel really good about what we accomplished and laying a foundation for great things to come, and go out and get really big, nasty, obnoxious bowl rings for these guys to wear and be able to look at the rest of their life. And there's a difference between bowl rings and bowl rings that you look down and it says Rose Bowl champions on it, Big Ten champions. That's going to be something they're going to be really proud of for the rest of their life. So we got a challenge. We're playing USC basically at home. They don't have the travel to deal with. They don't have the time change to deal with. They don't have the weather to deal with. For them, it's a really easy transition. For us, there's a lot of factors that we have to get adjusted to as quickly as we possibly can. I think it's obviously something that I've looked forward to in my career, and this is something that I had imagined. Closest I ever got to the Rose Bowl was I took a GA job at Washington State. Drove my 1988 Honda Accord with 160,000 miles from Philadelphia to Pullman, Washington. I showed up a month after the Rose Bowl, so up to this point, that was the closest I got. But yeah, I got a couple coaches on my staff that have been involved in this game in the past. And we're excited about the opportunity. We had dinner at the stadium last night. It's a beautiful setting. And then the year I took the job, I did some media work for the national championship game. I think it was Florida State and Auburn that was here, and I was on the sideline during that game and did stuff before the game. So I've been here a few times, but this will be the first time, obviously, playing or coaching in those. Night before games, I'm usually pretty good. I know a lot of people probably are nervous. I'm a nervous wreck all week long from a preparation standpoint, but we do everything we possibly can to be prepared and ready to go. So the night before the game, all of our coaches, all of our players should sleep very well, because they know we've done everything we possibly could to get prepared and ready for the game. If you're a nervous wreck the night before the game, you didn't plan or you weren't organized to get ready. So by that point, if you're nervous, then that's your problem. So I sleep very well the night before games. Game days, I'm pretty relaxed as well, because once again, I know we've done everything in our power to be prepared and ready for the game. I think the Big Ten has always had a reputation of being a very physical conference. I think it still is. I think you look across the country, and I was a head coach in the SEC as well as the Big Ten now. I think you look all across the country. I coached in the Pac-10 as well. I think the best teams are physical up front. They're able to play well in the O-line and D-line and dominate the line of scrimmage. We've gone against really good teams. Our conference and our side of the conference with Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State on the same side of the conference. We understand how important that element is. I think obviously USC is a physical team. Their one tackle, we were at Disney with him the other day. He had the Disney ears on, but he's 6'9", 360. Their nose guard who transferred from Utah, Stevie, is a disruptive, powerful player. So it's going to be a challenge for us. You look at us, the games that we have played well, we've been able to get tackles for loss and sacks. They haven't given up many tackles for loss and sacks. We've done most of that work in the second half. We got to be better in first half games. I think Brian Gaia's got a tremendous challenge against Stevie, their nose guard. I think that's going to be a big matchup in the game. He's been very disruptive. So that's going to be a challenge for us. Brian's our senior starter, captain. Does a great job getting us lined up. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He is big enough to get the job done, but that's going to be a challenge for him. I think, obviously the other thing is being able to get pressure on the quarterback. They do a great job of protecting the quarterback and keeping him comfortable in the pocket. He's also a much better athlete than I think people realize. Does a great job of extending plays and things like that. So I think they'll probably be the two biggest challenges in the game. And then on special teams, not allowing Adoree', to wreck the game. You look at the Notre Dame game. I think it was Notre Dame where he had a punt return and a kick return for a touchdown. It's hard to win a football game when you give up those types of things in special teams. So I think they're probably the things that jump out to me the most. We love to chuck it deep. It's fun. The fans love to chuck it deep. The players like to chuck it deep. The wide receivers do. We're in a situation now where our offensive line has allowed us to do that. We've been in a situation our first 2 years where we couldn't take as many shots as we wanted to. It's funny because you look at them, they're one of the more efficient offenses in the country. Very few tackles for loss, very few sacks, great third down percentage. We're the opposite. We're chucking the ball down the field, flying around, having fun. We got to improve on third down. We got to improve in some areas as well. But two different styles from that perspective. It's something we want to do. We want to challenge people down the field and be able to make plays. But your offensive line is going to be the unit that allows you to do that.